War Journal, his face looks like cut up, and he's got like the
Yeah. I never read War Journal. I don't read all the comics.
yeah.
Recently, I've not been reading them recently.
Yeah, I just read that, and his face
How's
is all
cool.
messed up in that.
One thing that pissed me off in the chat that y'all didn't mention who's fucking Man Thing, and you were Merc with a mouth. Man Thing's in Merc with a mouth.
He is. I thought that was like. You only see him
They
briefly when they're in the swamp.
comics. And Deadpool, I don't know, Deadpool who knows who Man Thing is, but he never met him. You can't kill fucking Man Thing, and Man Thing can't turn to a zombie. Let's review comic recommendations. Merc with a mouth, right quick. Let's do this one. Okay. Let's talk about it.
Alright,
I'll
just start off.
I don't know who the villain is exactly, because there's so many villains in this fucking Merc with a mouth.
Pretty much the villains, the main character is Deadpool. The villains is AIM, the AIM Corporation, I think Hydra, and then the Marvel zombies in the zombie universe. And that's pretty much
Yeah.
it. And the comic book pretty much focuses on AIM's hiring Deadpool to find this biological weapon that's in the Savage Land.
Which is technically his zombie head,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny.
So he finds a zombie head, and the zombie head is like the god of Savage Land, at least.
Yeah, which is kind of stupid.
Yeah,
That's just corny. That's just Deadpool. It's being Deadpool.
so they end up taking, his head, and he goes up and he betrays AIM because he's like, if they get the zombie head, they're gonna, pretty much destroy the planet.
Don't forget that zombie dinosaur. That was cool as hell.
Cool.
And like in that big war zone, he's like, Deadpool, wake up! And like, what happened? Look what's happening. He's like, that war zone with cavemen and fucking dinosaurs eating people. That was good. That was some good artwork.
And I think that Deadpool makes a joke. He was like, now try to find Waldo. I thought that was pretty funny.
And he says, I think he says it's clobbering time or something like that.
Yeah, he kept saying different people's catchphrase, just like at the beginning when he came down in the spaceship and he set on fire. He was like, flame on. And then when he got to the fight, he said, it's clobbering time.
And then I think a yellow box said you should think of your own one-liner.
Yeah, pretty much, because he doesn't have any catchphrases. And he started thinking up something, they all stupid.
He did say one, and he said his own catchphrase. I don't remember his catchphrase.
Catchphrase I could think of is strike a pose.
Strike a pose.
Like, I think after...
Or something. He said something.
After they got the new clothes, where Bob was wearing...
Okay, let's talk about, okay, let's don't get off topic too much. I'm trying, okay, the ship. Let's talk about the ship. How they got to the ship.
What, in space?
Basically, always just talk about this, right? Deadpool basically got the head, and he basically getting hunted by this other group of scientists, and a caveman, and this fucking zombie dinosaur. He's fighting them all, and I think he eventually finds a spaceship with his... I forget, what's the hot chick's name?
Dr. Betty.
The blonde.
Dr. Betty.
Dr. Betty, okay. Dr. Betty. And like, Betty's, does she throw up or something? I think she threw up once.
I think Alina.
Yeah, I think Deadpool kissed her, and I think she threw up.
I can't remember.
And basically they're trying to get to the ship, and they do get to the ship, and at the very end of the ship, I think Dr. Betty takes a shot, and Deadpool wants to see.
Yeah, like she goes back to take a shower, then he's looking back, and then she comes out with a little AIM shirt.
Oh, and don't forget the head tried to hit on her.
Yeah, well, it's still Deadpool. So,
somewhat, I guess.
But they pretty much...
I don't remember the ship too much. You talk about the ship part.
They pretty much went from the Savage Land. They stole a ship from Hydra to go back to AIM to go and pretty much recover, give them the head and get his money so he can get paid for his job well done, pretty much. After they pretty much nuke the entire land where he was at. So they go up there to go and give him the head. Then he realizes that, or in the ship when they're finna give him the money, he realizes that maybe like his conscience pretty much kicks in.
They're gonna kill the fresco makers.
Oh yeah, because he was like, they're gonna use the zombie virus. Like his brain was talking to the little boxes, and it was like, they use the virus. Everybody's.
No, he was talking to the head. He was talking to the head?
No, he was
talking to the head. Or
he went to go get the head because he talked to himself, and he was like, if they do the zombie virus, they're gonna kill, all these people. He's like, B. Arthur. And then he was like, the kids from iCarly and the Fresca Makers. I got a stupid.
I did not know he watched iCarly. That surprised me.
There's so many stupid things about Deadpool.
And don't forget this shit. When he puts up the Star Wars reference, I
That
think
was
the
the
first two are better, and he
funniest
shoots the
thing.
guy in the head.
Yeah, after he gets the head and him and Dr. Betty leave the ship,
And he pulls out his gun with party. Say Jar Jar's Abomination, say Jar Jar's Abomination. He's like, I'm Jar Jar's
yeah,
Abomination.
because they got in the ship and they pretty much was holding hostage to
And they go back to
AIM.
Earth.
Uh,
They
yeah,
they go to Man Thing. They crash, and sorry, Hunter. They basically, I don't know. You don't know this part, but they get the ship crashed in Man Thing swamp basically, and Man Thing's trying to kill them basically on the way there. And they found this portal which Man Thing protects. This dimensional portal. It doesn't explain it that much, does it?
not really. It's just a portal that opened up, where I believe what was that? I believe in Marvel Zombies after they beat Silver Surfer and Galactus, they all made like portals to go different dimensions, and Deadpool got sucked into a portal that went to the
Yeah,
rest
and
of
like,
the dimension.
okay, they went to the swamp. They started searching and shit. There's nothing really funny happening in there. Nothing really funny happening in the swamp.
Not really, just some banter, and that's about it.
And he went to the portal. Then the next copy was completely different from all the others. Oh my god, I hated that. I didn't like the first part of the comic where he met the General Deadpool.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that either.
Like I hated that. It's so bad.
One thing I did like though was the Fight Club
Well,
reference. Because he fought the General Deadpool and he took off his mask and he's like, "You're gorgeous," and then they was fighting and then Deadpool beat him up and he was beating him on the ground, and he used his brain was or the text boxes were telling him to stop,
yeah.
and then he lit up and he was like, "I just felt like destroying something beautiful," and then one of the text boxes was like, "Yay, Fight Club reference," and he was like, "No one speaks about," he's like, "No, the first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club." He like yelled it with his arms like waving in the air, so I thought that was pretty funny.
I'll be right behind you. Go. Oh, one moment, please. Hold on. How do you mute this?
Right.
Oh, there's your mouse right there.
So anyway, I'll continue talking about Deadpool more through the mouth a little bit. That was a pretty funny moment, even though I didn't really like the art style of the General Deadpool or whatever his name was, Major Deadpool. I didn't like that universe. Then I think he went into the Lady Deadpool universe next, which was decent, I guess. They showed Lady Deadpool fighting Captain America, and they kind of just having it out. You don't really know what's going on, but she seems like a freedom fighter or something. I don't know what's going on, and or she's just going around fighting and being a mercenary. I couldn't really tell, or I can't remember. But she's fighting like what's his name? I think it was Major Deadpool. I think his name was General America, not Captain America. And then Deadpool and Zombie Deadpool come in and they like, we'll give you a hand. And he throws the zombie head at General America, and it bites his arm. And then Deadpool comes up and cuts off his arm. He's like, can't have the zombie virus spreading. And the entire time you have the zombie head just holding on to the arm in its mouth, pretty much, just holding like it's a dog toy or bone. It was pretty funny. And then, like at the end, right before he leaves that universe, he kisses Lady Deadpool, which is weird because it's basically him kissing himself. And then they get like weirded out, and it's like, yeah, we shouldn't do this. And he left. And during that whole time, it's just them jumping through different universes, where Deadpool was a prominent character in that universe, pretty much. So the next one they jumped into was like the old Wild Wild West, which was, I guess, a little bit funny because you had Logan as a bounty hunter, Wolverine, and you had Nick Fury as the sheriff, and then you had Deadpool the Kid, and then you see the regular Deadpool come out, and he had the zombie head with him, and Deadpool the Kid comes out, and it's like, we gotta hunt him down, we gotta track him down, we gotta stop him, and then Deadpool just pretty much shoots him and kills him. He's like, I don't like this version of me, and then he just leaves, and he's like, well, whatever. It was short and sweet, but I was happy they didn't drag on too long in different universes. And I think after that, when they went back to the normal universe, they was like, what happened? They was trying to get the zombie head back to the zombie universe, and after that, what's his name? Was it Doctor Strange? Oh, Brother Voodoo came out. I think that's his name. He was the Sorcerer Supreme at the time. I really seriously don't know what was going on. But he was the Sorcerer Supreme, and he took Deadpool and gave him the right portal and sent him to the zombie universe and told him that he was going to have a short time to get back. And then the AIM leader guy and his like side follower guy who reminded me of like what was it, 24 from Venture Brothers. That's what he reminded me of. He went with him to the zombie universe to go and get the zombie head back. I don't know why they did that. That was like stupid. It just shows how stupid they were. But they went to the zombie universe and they were gonna leave, the head there, but for some reason Deadpool got distracted and they started. Oh wait, what happened? I think Man Thing jumped out at him and they jumped into the portal. And then when they did that, they went running to get away from the portal and Man Thing.
Dude. I have to go.
Alright, man.
We can finish this conversation like in the morning, or we can finish this conversation in the morning if we want to.
Whenever I'm up, pretty much. If I'm online, it's just.
Okay, just tell me when. What time are you gonna get up?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll just if I'm on in the morning, we can do. Okay. I'll see you later, dude. Peace.
Alright, so that's pretty much the wrap up. A lot of you guys may have known or read Deadpool Merc with the Mouth. So we just did a little wrap up. We were talking about some different things, movies, some different stuff with that, video games, all that good stuff, some comic book stuff that things that comic book readers would enjoy. Toxin had to leave, so I'll be signing off for him. And I'll see you guys later. This is just pretty much just us chatting about comic book stuff. So see you guys later. Peace.